What is going on, everyone? It's DC3 Johnson here with another Madden 21 franchise mode video, guys. So in the previous video, we were able to get DeAndre Hopkins to sign an extension. Right now, we're working on getting Kyler Murray to sign his extension. There you see some of the stats from previous week. Where Kyler Murray had a really phenomenal game. And so in this video, we're going to go ahead and take on the Las Vegas Raiders at the brand new stadium, the Allegiant Stadium, which I have to say, I personally haven't. I personally haven't like seen the completed stadium. I actually visited Las Vegas in 2019, so they were like you could kind of see how it was going to look like, but obviously I didn't get to see the actual finished product, and it just is probably one of those stadiums that's really, really good. I mean, it's right next to the casinos. Like, for those of us who have gone to Las Vegas, it's in a pretty good location right off the freeway. So when you're coming in from like LA or the California area and you take the 15 up to Vegas, just a really phenomenal view, and definitely close to the strip. So definitely a lot of hotel access. One of the things we've been doing this season, we've been playing around a little bit with the camera angles, just trying to get some angles, like just trying to see how like things look. And there's definitely I do like that close up. I do think it's a little dangerous, especially when you're playing the pass game. So I personally would use it if you know you're gonna go with a running pass. See, like right now, like this just looked really like it could have gone either way, especially since DeAndre Hopkins had three defenders on him. I don't know, like I personally just like a fodder view angle personally, but definitely I did try to play with the angles a little bit in the beginning, and so our opening drive ends up being a successful one. We're able to get Mr. King and Drake into the end zone there to score, but the Raiders obviously come back on the next possession and end up scoring their own touchdown. And so there you see, done deal. There, you just look at the contract there, a 4-year extension from what I remember. So we'll be having DeAndre Hopkins for a while here, and it should be just look at the amount of yardage. Like we're coming strong, guys. Like we really are. Like I definitely do feel like this roster, even though technically speaking, I feel like we didn't do a lot in free agency because of our salary situation. I think our prospects from the year before and year one have really started to develop here. And so I definitely see a very good improvement. Even though we aren't using Kendrick Bourne as much as we should. Kendrick Bourne, for those of you, is our third wide receiver option behind Christian Kirk and DeAndre Hopkins. And having Isabella as that fourth option, I feel like we have a lot more offensive tools. We haven't been using Max Williams a lot, so I think that might be someone that we could potentially be using later in the season. And so again, playing with the camera angle a little bit, kind of went with a little aerial view for this drive. There you see it kind of ends up backfiring on us. We end up having to go for a 3 and out in a sense, and so we are going to go ahead and punt it over. First time I do the punt here for the Cardinals. Normally we end up skipping it to have the offense just end up taking it over. The CPU ended up taking it over. So we come back in the next possession, feeling the pressure. Kyler throws it once again. Look at this. We're gonna have to lob it here, and we get the crazy pass, and we give it to DeAndre Hopkins, who has been absolutely fantastic. Now the score is tied. We're at 14. About 5 minutes into the second quarter, and so at midfield once again with the crazy pass. Unfortunately, it ends up being backfired. It ends up being an interception, and so Raiders take it all the way to midfield, and they actually end up taking the lead here. So 14-17. And so now with about 6.5 left, we're going to try to get into scoring position. So King and Drake able to get us to the Raiders 46 here on this possession. Look at this, just able to run away with it. Kyle Murray able to get to the 31, and so we're about 5:40 left. We're going to give it to Christian. Christian's going to get us into the red zone, into the 11-yard line. So now we have a little bit of time to play with. We're going to go ahead and go with the run here. Kenyon just able to get it all the way. I guess the Raiders were expecting us to pass because obviously for us, we're known as a pass first kind of team. So it ends up being a little bit of a crucial mistake for them. They ended up giving us a lot of room that they probably shouldn't have, and ends up leading for us to retake the lead 21-17. Now, we do go for a couple rushing yards, passes to kind of kill some of the clock here. And so now Christian ends up picking up the nice pass here at the 32 at the 2-minute warning. And so we're going to rush it here with Kyler Murray. Going to go out of bounds. Oh, I think we got tackled inside. I think we ended up getting tackled inside. And so it's going to be a 3-and-out for us. We go for the field goal here, and ends up being a 24-17 ball game here. And so they end up, I think, intercepting. So we end up getting the pass again. This time we are able to get out of bounds. We still get tackled, but I know this time around we are able to get into that yardage that we need. And so with the secured catch from Mr. Christian Kirk, we get a touchdown to end the first half. And so we end up going from 21-17 to being up 28-17. And so now we skip to the third quarter, about midway through, with about it's now 31-20. So it's still an 11-point game. So we end up exchanging field goals in the third quarter, and so this is really our opportunity to break ahead. And we're going to go ahead and try to do that. So we're at the red zone. Kyler ends up outrunning, once again getting tackled at the out-of-bounds line. We have to be a little careful. We definitely don't want him to get an injury scare. We had that in one of the previous parts. And definitely that was not something I was really, really happy with. And so that's going to be a very clear passer interference, like no doubt about that. And so the Raiders are going to have a penalty there. There you see he's a little upset. But at the end of the day, it's a very clear and cut passer interference. Like, you already just kind of know, like, that wasn't something that was supposed to happen. There you see Christian Kirk with that pass, almost 100 yards for the gain recepted. Still a little short, but we end up giving him that pass that ends up putting him over that number. Once again, outrunning the defense. This time they're late. The Raiders end up being late on the tackle here, and so at the 23, we're going to give it to Christian Kirk, who's been feeling the hot hand, able to get a gain of 10 yards. Into officially the red zone at the 13. We give it to Hopkins. Hopkins is going to get just a little short. The Raiders defense is able to react at the last second and able to get the stop there. But we end up giving it to our draftee, Mr. Hill. From what I remember, Mr. Hill, who is going to become our backup tight end. Potentially he's being billed to replace Max Williams, depending on the contract situation for the following year, which obviously we won't get a chance to really do a fourth season, because we'll more than likely we'll be focusing on Madden 22 by that point. But that was something that I did address. Right now we do have Max Williams on the 2-year contract, so after that contract is over, we need to look into a possibility of either moving on and moving the money elsewhere, because this year, like I said, we have Kyler Murray and DeAndre. Next year it's going to be Isaiah Simmons and his contract, so we have a lot to deal with there. There you see Kenny Drake's able to get the touchdown there. And so we have about 48 seconds. So all we're doing at this point, we are still trying to get the extra yardage, able to kind of push our running backs. Because remember, even though it is on our best interest to take knees, it does give XP to all of our guys if we continue to at least do a little bit of a rushing. And so there you see 195 of yards rushed, 392 passing. So not a bad game. Very good game. Very good win for us here in Vegas. Obviously, there's going to be party after this. So you guys take it easy, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video as much as I did. And take care, guys. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Take care. Stay safe out there, guys.